Look, if you're not ready for a deep one, I think we just slowly back away from the keyboard. We just hit the X button and pretend like you never clicked on this video. Because, ooh, it's going to get bad. And you're going to comment and you're going to be mad. And it's going to be a spicy fucking lasagna. I'm telling you. So, here's the deal. I'm going to say this because everyone else seems to run with anything that they want, not tell the truth and be weird about it and say, kind of just make shit up. I like to tell the truth. I like to tell the truth as I know it, and I like to never tell a lie, and I like to entertain, obviously, but in general, I like to give my real opinions on things and actually tell y'all what's going on, because there's a lot of voices out there. There's a lot of bullshit out there. There's a lot of AI generated shit. This is one of the only channels where you can actually get like down to it. Okay. Now, to get into this, you can still click off. It's okay. Also, please subscribe. Holy shit, I'm starving over here. I know I don't. Fuck, I said that. I know I don't look like it. I'm starving for attention, but I'm saying just subscribe. Do the right thing, especially if you sit through this whole thing. Just subscribe, because I'll be on your feed. It'll be fucking annoying. I'll be bouncing around there, and you'll accidentally click on another video, and we'll just be in the same situation again. And it's, it is what it is. And plus, I am probably one of the most famous Jack Black impersonators, and why wouldn't you want to be here? Let's get into this thing. And yes, I have said that for the 5th time. So, they cast Snape. Sorry, I really wanted to do it with a straight face. Some of you are going to be pissed, though. I know. And I'm so sorry. Snape is a black man in the new reboot of Harry Potter. Why did we need a reboot? I don't know. Probably somebody wanted some money. Is it going to make money? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to go the way they want. Oh my God. And HBO's doing it. They cast... This is the actor up here who is going to fill the shoes of Alan fucking Rickman. Now, J.K. Rowling, no surprise. Now, I know some of you are going to absolutely explode because I said that name. And I get it. I have audience people that are on the left. I have people that are on the right. I have people in between who just don't really give a shit. And why they watch me is I give an impartial opinion and things like that. And I'm just cute as a button, right? But the reality is he was cast as Snape. Snape in the books looks like Alan Rickman. Maybe even... I'm going to say this, and this will be unpopular. But Adam Driver literally exists. He is alive. His nose. He is literally out there just doing his best at acting. And they couldn't get him? Did they even try? I'm not saying anything about this actor that's bad. Okay? He got cast, and it's a big moment for him. I think anyone would like to be included in a Harry Potter thing. Not me. I would never be cast in a movie or show, or even a Broadway thing, or a community theater, or a prank YouTube channel. Because look at me. I am not who they cast in movies. But I would imagine that if I was him, because I have the ability to put myself in other people's shoes, then I'd be excited about being a part of Harry Potter regardless. Even if the confusing thing here, even if everyone hates this bitch with their life, like, I can't name any Hollywood actors, including the people who got famous off of her, that like her. I can't name one. I genuinely, if you know that there's an actor who has spoke kindly of her, J.K. Rowling, let me know, because I can't name one. I can't name a single one who literally starred in movies that either made them famous, that they were already famous and made them a shitload of money, or whatever. And every single one of them has turned their back on her because she has had the wrong opinion. What is the wrong opinion? She doesn't agree about trans stuff. That's it. That's her wrong opinion. And that's enough for everyone in her entire life to turn their back on her. Despite bringing us one of the best franchises, I would argue one of the best movie franchises of all time. Hogwarts Legacy was one of the best Harry Potter games I've ever played. My wife is obsessed with Harry Potter. She's just one of those people. We know what kind of people I'm talking about. You're probably one of them, and that's okay. My wife is one of them, and she has a shelf dedicated to Harry Potter. It is a shrine, and it is expensive, but we do our best to keep up these hobbies, okay? God willing. But even in her opinion, she doesn't necessarily care for her as a person, but her work speaks for itself. And unlike certain authors, she finished the books. And yes, that was a jab at old Whisker Biscuits, who can't seem to complete Game of Thrones. But here we are, right? This isn't about him and his sailory looking ways. This is about this whole situation. Now, I don't know what y'all's opinions are, and I don't know how bad I'm going to get it in the comments. But understand this, I do read and reply to every single comment I've ever had since I started this channel. And I'll continue to do so, no matter how big I am. But when you're going down there, you're typing, I just want to connect with you guys on a personal level and just understand this. I care about Harry Potter in a vacuum, regardless of what any actors have done, regardless of what's happened, regardless of who's died, who's said things about this author, what she said. It exists in a vacuum that is protected against all of that. It has nothing to do with any politics or anything like that. She has gone to great lengths, okay, to pander. And when her true feelings came out, that's why I don't like her, especially, is because she pandered and then it didn't quite work out, and she decided to pull all that support back and created this whole thing. That's why I don't feel bad for her, because she created this whole thing herself. Understand this. When these books came out and they were popular, and not all of them were even released yet, okay, but these books were popular. You couldn't check them out from the library. Everyone was reading them and stuff like that. There was a large number of people who were what you would call LGBTQ, whatever. I don't know. There's so many letters now. You know what I'm talking about. People were gay. They liked this stuff. They didn't just like it. They made it their whole personality. They would wear the shit to school. They would say references. They would just make it their whole thing. And even back then, I said to everyone, I said, this is bullshit. And I got a lot of hate for it back then because I understood that she was pandering. I understood that when she started making up stuff like saying, oh, well, yeah, Dumbledore's gay. It's like, well, where's that written? That's not the same book I read. And she basically got, I would say, I didn't know a single person that was gay, trans, lesbian, anything that did not like Harry Potter. It's their whole personality. Okay, mind you, they were going to summer camps for this shit. They were literally obsessed with this shit. And you couldn't say anything negative about Harry Potter, okay, around these people. They would defend it with their lives, if necessary. Now understand this. When she started to pull back from that community, because she didn't need them anymore, they had already given them all their money, which was not substantial, but it was every single gay person that I know was obsessed. They bought merch, they bought books, they bought anything related to it at any store, you name it. And they died on that cross. They really did. Because when she pulled her support and started saying stuff that they did not like, they acted like they weren't idiots. And that affected me in a way that I think it really helped me understand where I stand as a person and how my brain works compared to other people. I know I'm not normal, but at the same time, this whole thing with her was kind of an enlightening moment where I was like, oh, these people are just, they'll make their whole personality this thing, but when it doesn't go their way, they'll just unravel it and say that they never did that. Like, I'm sorry, but every gay person who supported her and every gay person who was obsessed with the books, had tons of stuff, were against the book burnings by Christians, by the way. You helped her get to where she is. And to say that you didn't is disgusting to me. To say that you, oh no, I never liked it. It's like, yeah, you did. And it's okay. You can like something in a bubble and completely disconnect from the person who made it. I fully believe that. And I think that that's the way that I exist on this. Just because I like Harry Potter does not mean I care for this bitch. I think she's a coward and a liar. Now, you on the right, now that you support her, Jesus Christ. Because this is the situation too. Now that she says your point of view, suddenly you guys support her. While you were burning her books in a pile and saying that it's evil and that Latin is like black magic and whatever, okay, all the Christian shit, and you weren't allowed to watch them because it had magic and all this other shit, you're a fucking hypocrite too. And that's where we stand on it. That's where I stand on it, is I think both sides are hypocritical when dealing with her, but I need people to understand where I'm coming from, that I had to watch this play out, and I had the only opinion that was right the whole time, and I never wavered, and I never fucking said anything different, and I never went with the wind. I just said, look, she's clearly pandering to you guys. I got hate from the left. And then when it turns out that she is exactly who we thought she was and rolled back all her support, the right said, oh, now she's one of ours. You're both hypocrites and you're both liars, and I hate it. And it sucks that I have to talk this way because it's ruining the vibe, you know? But I think at some point someone needs to fucking say it, because this shit happened. There's proof on the internet. This is a known thing. You can't tell me it didn't happen. I've seen so many people like this. It was so hard to take them seriously because in real life, sometimes you got to ignore the homeless dude jerking off on the bus. That's the truth. Sometimes you got to ignore it. You can't make a big deal about every single little thing. You got to know when to fight your battles. And on this one, I didn't want to fight the battle with all those people because they would straight up say how much they hated her. And, you know, like some Christians didn't even celebrate Halloween because it's evil or whatever. So you can see where I'm stuck in the middle saying my true opinion on something. And either way, I'm wrong, right? But I will say this, with this situation, I just wanted to get it clarified where I'm standing on all this. I like Harry Potter, don't care for her too much, but overall, still gonna watch anything that comes out Harry Potter-y. I got the wife, it is what it is. But I just wanted that clarified because I know the comments might get a little spicy, and if I didn't clarify my viewpoints on it, we might have a lot of unnecessary things where I have to constantly reiterate, because I reply to every comment. I have to constantly reiterate my opinion. Now everyone kind of understands where I am. We can have a different conversation. Now, do I believe that this dude should have been cast as Snape? You're not ready for this one, but no, I don't think he should have been cast as Snape. Why? Because I don't know, the book says what it says. And I get it. Maybe HBO got the rights and they said, well, we do what we want. She can't stop us. Fine. But J.K. Rowling did, you know, put her 2 cents in. She did. And we all know what those 2 cents were. She didn't like it. And she's right to not like it. It's literally in the book, and it has a very good description of him. And there are characters in the book that don't have such good descriptions, and you could add other characters of other races in the book, no problem. The lore is established in a way that there are other schools in other places, and I don't know. You could have, here's my opinion. If it is set in the UK, there are Black people that live in the UK. There are Indian people that live in the UK. Pakistanis live in the UK. Asian people that live in the UK. I don't see why there can't be a mix of this. And this isn't new. This has been like this for a long time. I mean, I know that there's like French Black people living in the UK, which, I mean, I guess that's just what, for us, that would be like Louisiana. But, you know, that's one of those things where it's like, you could totally do it without it being weird. But to take Snape, brother, I mean, because are they trying to be controversial to get us talking about it? Because it worked. If that's a marketing ploy, then fine. But now you're wondering, well, people said he's getting fired, so that's a good thing. Is it? Should it have ever happened? And another thing, it's a rumor. It's a rumor. It's not even true. The reality is that everything that has been said is a rumor and has not been confirmed. You can go look this up. Nothing has been confirmed. So you can imagine this dude's stance on it is pretty wild right now. Now, I haven't seen anything from him. I've just seen, J.K. Rowling's not really happy about it. I don't know why she doesn't have any creative control over this whole thing. I honestly don't know why they're rebooting it at all, except for just they think they'll make more money. But how are they going to make money if they're doing dumb shit like this? And I know some of you are probably like, well, any actor can be anything. It's fantasy. I don't know. Insert your normal excuse here. I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, for fuck's sakes. A lot of people say that they have no agenda, but the agenda here is that they want to create waves. There's no way that they cast him and said no one will bat an eye. Of course, people are going to say something. especially with someone like Alan Rickman. It would be different if it was like maybe a shitty actor that no one wanted as Snape, but he was fucking perfect. And the reality is that some of us are going to be mad, and there's a lot of fans that still exist, and especially after Hogwarts Legacy, holy shit. And wouldn't mind a reboot, a remake, or even, more movies or whatever. There's still a ton of fans out there to make this stuff successful, but if they're pulling shit like this, and then they're going to turn around and put a shitload of money in it, again, these are those things that companies do that are weird, that I'm like, dude, you're going to piss people off. You know that, like, the average person does not want this. But that's just the reality. But I really want to know, again, what you guys think about all this, and put it down in the comments. I'd like to have a real discussion. But even if you just want to yell at me, that's fine. That's cool. I will answer every single comment. And if you're not subscribed, for God's sakes, I spent 21 minutes talking about Harry Potter. The least you can do is just velvetly click that button. Give me the sub. I'm going to be on your feed anyway. Let's get it done. Thank you.